if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. It is Witchy Wine Wednesday because today I'm going to talk about Litha plans and kind of just show you some of the things that I've done in advance. And also do an unboxing of my Ritual Planner Litha box from Ritual box. I feel like I just said that and was super redundant. So we're gonna go through this. I'm a little bummed, I'm not gonna lie, that sorry, I'm gonna adjust the camera so it's gonna get a little woozy just for a second. Sorry. There you go. I'm a little bummed because 2 happy nails still haven't arrived. It's not crucial that I have them by Litha. I was hoping to have them, one of which is absurdly late in my opinion compared to normal ship times, but I don't know if something terrible has befallen it or if it's just because there was Memorial Weekend and who knows. Who knows? I still feel like this is really not straight. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. Okay, one last thing is that I'm going to make sure everything's good to go so I can see if anyone is commenting and be able to answer to that. Perfect, we are good to go. I do want to talk about my drink because it is not wine. At least I tried to like cheat around the wine thing and do the sangria last week, but I wanted to try out a little cocktail. So this is actually cheating massively. This is from On the Rocks. It's a brand that was at my liquor store. I am actually going to try to put the description together after this. It may not be completed when I first put it up, but hopefully by tomorrow I'll have everything in the description that we need. But this is an On the Rocks cocktail. It's the classic daiquiri. So it's got rum in it and very limey. This is what the bottle looks like. I got them for the beach and I thought I would give this one a try. It's really strong. It's really strong. And the lime flavor is pretty loud and I was hoping for more of a citrus taste. And I did add a little bit of like Paloma mix. The Paloma mix I have doesn't have any alcohol in it. I think this would be good if I just added like straight grapefruit juice, but I think it's just too much lime overall, but it's still okay. I may not drink the whole thing. I may not, but I just wanted to go ahead and say what I was drinking so that we can get that out of the way. If you are having a lovely cocktail, let me know what it is, or if you're drinking wine or whatever you're drinking. Okay, so what I want to start with, I think, is I'm gonna show off my planner first. So I have not so much as even taken a picture of this, and I've been really excited to show it off, and it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's a really great start. If you guys have been hanging out for a while, then you know that I love Coffee Monster Co. I love their product. I love her ethos. She's just amazing. And I love her little emojis. They make me so happy. So I decided that I wanted to draw my own washi strip, basically. My original plan was to draw it and then scan it and then it be on like a washi-like paper, but I did not make it that far, and I knew that I could draw it directly in the planner and still get a really pretty effect. So I'm gonna stop yammering, but that's it. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really, really happy. I feel like on camera it may be showing up. Let me see if I can focus this a little bit better. I feel like my lighting is just not having it today, which is a little crazy because it's actually nice outside. Okay, So I'm just gonna kind of walk through the themes a little bit and why I chose what I chose. And obviously it'll get a little bit redundant whenever I talk about, you know, what my actual plans for Litha are. And I'm sure going through the box, we'll see a lot of recurring themes. So I have kind of like the family eating emoji that she has, and most of these are inspired from other stickers that she has or washies that I have. So if that's a thing, I will definitely call it out. So this is the like family eating. Litha is a wonderful time to get around everybody. It's a festival. You're supposed to be together. You're supposed to enjoy your food and you're gathering with lots of people. This is definitely like a great barbecue type of situation. So I thought it'd be cute to do like everyone together and at a table. Again, none of these are perfect, so my lines aren't perfect and there's room for improvement. Like their bowls aren't full and, you know, it's not a very colorful little moment. And then I've got clouds and this cute little emoji laying on her cloud. Because this is a really great time to lay outside. Basically, the entire day is a great day to be outside. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But it's a really great time to do cloud divination, and scrying would be another really good one because it's a fire festival. But this is a really great one to just like lay out, have a picnic or a barbecue with all your folks and just look up at the clouds and see what you see. If I redid, we'll talk about this, I guess, as we go through it, but if I were to redo this, I would have put this little lass right here at the front and kind of done like a sunrise moment and then maybe moved this, like just flipped these guys just a little bit. I did do two little crystals, so they're representing citrine and aventurine, which I thought are really good picks for the theme of Litha. I'm going to be really excited to open up the box and see what their crystal grid is for this box. Obviously, like I said, this is all about the sun and being outside. So great time for sunrise yoga. So this is from like all of the retrograde washies that she's done. There's usually lots of like little emojis on clouds and just like floating and being happy. Then we've got, the little emoji from the workout washi. I think it might be fitness is what it's called though. It's like fitness something. But yeah, that one's from there. If you look really close, you'll see little bees. Again, this is all about sunshine and abundance. This is a great time for honey. Obviously it's that bright yellow sun color as well. Sunflowers, same thing. And then you've got the little sunset over here. What I love is that it is the longest day of the year. So again, perfect time to be outside. I'm fingers crossed that the weather is going to clear up because right now it's kind of showing that we're going to get some rain. I don't mind some rain. I don't mind some rain. Rain is a great time for me to come inside and take a nap. Because I am fully planning to be up by sunrise. I'm always up by sunrise unless it's like Saturday and I've had a week like no other. It's very rare I miss sunrise. I'm just an early riser in general. But if it rains a little bit, I'm not going to be upset about it. If I can get a rainbow, I'm just throwing that out there. I'll be pretty happy. But I did put in like the little sunset. And then the next thing you see is like this little emoji with a little s'more and doing some cute s'mores roasting and marshmallow roasting. So I love that. That's obviously from like the s'mores kit. This is from the florals kits and washies that she's done. I thought that was really cute, the little emoji laying on the sunflower. This is from the nighttime washi, as is this, but this one I adapted a little bit. So it's a fire and water Sabbath. So you're gonna have, this is like that great time to start kind of combining those two. So it's not quite like Beltane was where it was everything on fire. This is definitely letting in some of that water energy as well. So I really want to take this opportunity to do some bath magic. And again, we're gonna talk about that when I talk about my plans. All of this is really like correlated to things that I really wanted to do as well. Like I am gonna get sunflowers. I am gonna try to eat with like as many people as I can. That's kind of hard for me because it's going to be a Wednesday, and that's just kind of not everybody can work with that schedule, even though it's summer. But I do want to do some bath magic, and we'll talk more about that when we get there. And then I did some lavender because it's a good time to get outside and around the evening time and collect herbs. A lot of people forage this time of year, and that's a good time to get it. Obviously forage safely. And then the last thing that I have is this little adapted. So in the nighttime washi, it's like she's reading, and I changed it to just be like a little table and then made little swatches for tarot. So I really love how that turned out. And the little owl sitting there with the moon. What is the moon supposed to be doing? Okay, like it's not full or anything. We're just kind of like in transit there. But if you look really close, like really close, you'll see the little Litha symbol like kind of speckled throughout the doodle. And I really love how that turned out because it's just little enough. I would love to do like a washi roll for each and every Sabbath and just have them. Like, I don't, I'm sure there is a market for them. And fingers crossed one day I'll get to team up with Helen and make this dream a reality. But for now, it's just going to be my little hand-drawn doodle. But I was super excited to share that with you guys for the first time. If I could change things, like I said, I would have flipped these two around, and then I think that I would have like tried to blend this right here instead of it looking so blocky, or maybe done like all nighttime things here and all daytime here. I just think with that, the fact that the day is longer is kind of what tempted me with more doodles in that regard. But still, I was super happy with how it turned out. Very excited to post that to the group and see how it goes over as well. But that's my only like random planner item that I really want to show. So the next thing I'm going to get into is the fun part, I guess, and that is this lovely box. So I subscribe to the Ritual Planner box. I am not sponsored in any way. They do not pay for this. I pay for this with my own money, and I have a tendency of when I want to get into something, I like to research it, and I like to see what other people are saying, what their experiences are like, and then kind of dip my toe in the water and see how I'm going to feel. There was not a lot of content out about this, and I think part of that has to do with the fact that they just started the subscription service. I think with Samhain last year was the first box that they did. And so it's still a really new thing by the time I hopped on board in January. So I just kind of took it upon myself that I was going to film all of my unboxings so that if someone out in the world was searching, that they would be able to see kind of what they were paying for. Because I'll also say that they are a little pricey. After shipping and handling, it's a little over $90. That's pretty stout. The reason I was kind of okay with it was I had canceled all of my other subscriptions going into 2023. So anything kind of like craft related, because I had so much stuff, and I really wanted to dive into just being more in touch with my spiritual side and my witchy side, for lack of better phrasing. And I really just wanted it to come straight to my door and surprise me and be something fun to unbox. And maybe, even though I'm researching each and every Sabbath and I'm coming up with menus on my own and all of those things from inspiration all over the place, I really wanted to make sure that I kind of had somebody else saying, hey, I know you probably didn't think of this. Or, like I said, just little surprises. There's been boxes that have where it has contents that has absolutely nothing to do with the Sabbath, in my opinion, but it's just a super fun thing to have. I think it was the Beltane box where I got like the tarot pouch, and I'm obsessed with that thing. And I think it's wonderful. Like, that's definitely not Sabbath specific, but I love that. That's one of my favorite things that I've gotten out of the boxes. Also in the Beltane box was a stroopwafel s'mores kit. Oh my God, I love s'mores. It is my love language, and Beltane is the best time if you're gonna make a s'more. But yeah, I've been very, very impressed with the boxes and the customer service. So I would recommend if you were on the fence about trying them. Okay, that's enough PSA. Now I'm gonna delicately open and go through this. It took a lot of restraint not to open this box before this video, but as fate would have it, I guess my box was one of the last boxes to go out because it just arrived 2 days ago, and I was really, really, really nervous that it wasn't gonna get here in time and I was gonna have to move all of this around. I was worried I wasn't even gonna have it in time for Litha. One of the first things in the box is the nice info sheet that tells you everything that is in the box itself. Oh, yay, I'm peeking ahead, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so excited already. I'm always really excited, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna keep that off to the side so that I can make sure to reference shops, because each of the items is from a small shop as well, which is always really nice. So we've got the workbook itself, which is wonderful, and you can buy the workbooks separately. So, and I think they're about $18. So if the $90 price point is steep for you, or you just want the workbook itself, the workbook is really great. I got the Yule workbook for free with a Black Friday purchase, and that was actually how I got started with the subscription box, because at the time I think you could get them separately. Actually, now that I'm thinking back to it, I think you could get them separately back then, and they're really good about offering different options because they know everybody's price point is not the same. So it depends on what you want, and then if they have like extra products left over from the boxes, I think they list them in the shop after X amount of time, once they've made sure to like replace anybody's product that might have been damaged. But Litha's workbook, I love this flower crown. How freaking lovely. I love that they give like a history of the actual Sabbath, which is always lovely. They give you lots of symbols. So it really is just like a workbook / info guide. I don't know that I will continue into 2024 with the kits necessarily. Because I'll kind of have my workbooks, but who knows? Who knows? I think I'm going to end up stopping and replacing it with something else, not because I don't like it. Then you get kind of the astrology. I just realized this is not like panned out very well, so sorry about that. I'm trying to like keep it tight so that it's not way out when we start to go through the box, but you get the correspondences. These are the crystals that are included. Ways to celebrate. I really like that. That's cool. I might try to drop that or something. Okay. Rituals. Oh, that's going to come in really handy. We'll talk about that in a second. That's awesome. A solstice ritual bath. I love it. The chariot spell for focus. Love that. Room for notes. And then you usually get 2 tarot spreads. So we've got the summer. Oh, I realize that's really out of frame. Sorry. Summer solstice and the Litha tarot. So I usually don't do both. I usually just pick one to do. There's always yoga poses included. Recipes. Again, the first time I got this was for Yule, and there was actually a recipe for pork chops with sage and apple butter, and Jeff and I made them, and they were fantastic. Again, I was really shocked that he was like cool with diving into all that. But this is a couple recipes: cinnamon whole wheat pancakes and blackberry brown butter syrup. Wow, that sounds so good. I would probably, I think I'm gonna do these for Lunasaw. Probably gonna do those for Lunasaw. Tomato, peach, and burrata salad. That sounds really lovely. I've been craving like a burrata moment. Grilled salmon with lemon dill sauce. Oh, that's fantastic. Very summery. Cucumber, aquavit punch. Yes, there's usually some cocktails. Some Litha flour cookies. That's cute. And then some room for notes. So, and I love how bright this one is. It is very bright in comparison to the other workbooks. Okay. Next thing is this chariot necklace, which is super lovely. It's gold and it's got like the little kind of like stoppers throughout. That's really pretty. This is from, oh, I'm gonna mess this up, Misha Cowdy Jewelry. That's really pretty. I am not a big jewelry wearer, but I might actually wear this. That's really cute. And another thing that I love about the boxes is if there's something that I'm just like, that's not me, I usually put it off to the side and maybe put it in someone's Happy Mail who I think might enjoy it a little bit more. This is a bookmark from Amber Leader's Design. I love a good bookmark. I actually don't have that many anymore, and I have gotten back to reading quite a bit. I'm gonna pull this out because I'm really excited about it. Cup of Sunshine. So golden turmeric and ginger herbal tea. 2 tea sachets, I can't speak, from Big Heart Tea. Wow, okay. Organic turmeric, ginger, tulsi, Malabar peppercorn, and cinnamon. Room to fully expand. Wow, that's fantastic. Basically liquid yoga. That's so fun. I love this. So again, we'll talk about what my plans are. I wanted to unbox first and then share my plans of what I had already thought of to do. And some of those things are now going to get bumped and smushed around or have a new little accompanying thing. I want to see this. Oh, that's so cute. Big Heart Tea Co. That's wonderful. I do love tea. I also kind of love that this is not caffeinated. I really don't want to break this either. There we go. Okay, this looks lovely. This is from Magic and Mediums. This is inspired by the Slavic Oracle deck. It's a large polyester and cotton blend cloth and is perfect for altar work, spell work, and card readings. Oh my God, that's lovely. I may not be panned out big enough for this. This is so nice. This is so, so nice. I love this. That's a picture, like that way you can kind of see what it would look like. And that's the magicandmediums.com. This is so pretty. And I don't have a scarf for my altar, so I feel like that's really pretty and a great addition. And again, this goes back to why I chose to do the box in general. I really just wanted to dive in, and I just wanted the universe to kind of like bring, obviously with payment involved, but I just kind of wanted it to show up and be surprised and enjoy the journey. Like I would never have known about this amazing company, or I wouldn't have thought, to get, I'm sure at some point I would have thought to get a scarf or a really pretty cloth for my altar. This is crazy. Three Sisters Apothecary Summer Solstice Blend infused with sun herbs bath salt soak. Summer solstice, when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, is the time of the sun god. It is celebrated with bonfires to purify the world, making room for bountiful crops, prosperity, and enhanced clairvoyance. On this day, the power of the sun is the most intense, and wild medicinal herbs are at their peak of efficiency. Efficacy. Sorry, wrong word. But let's see what all's in here. Okay, so add 2 ounces of bath soak. So this is gonna last a while. I can put this in a jar and maybe stick it on my altar or stick it back underneath my bath. That's lovely. What all is in here? Okay, I'm gonna read the little description sheet now. Lavender, St. John's wort, that's interesting. Sunflower, verbena, rosemary, calendula, chamomile, sage, and rue. Okay, soothe tired muscle, relieve aches, and detoxify the body while replacing necessary nutrients. That's insane. Okay, super excited about this and to check them out. That's Three Sisters Apothecary. I have found so many witchy, cool, spiritual brands doing this box. Again, that was the goal. I wanted to try out brands. I wanted to try out things. I didn't want to have to hunt for it. Not because I'm lazy, but because I really wanted to try like what these folks would recommend. And I am very much okay with saying like, I'm still learning. And on this journey, if I sneeze, I'm really sorry. My allergies are acting up. These next two things are probably my two favorite things in every kit. Although I do think that the stroopwafel s'mores kit topped everything. And last kit, and I do think this bath soak might be my winner of this one. Okay, so this is a summer solstice candle. I love this. These are from Magic Fairy Candles, I think is where they're all from. Magic Fairy Candles. And you can buy them in a bigger size. They don't come in this size online, but I love them. Every single one has smelled amazing. This one is basil, petitgrain, and vetiver. I also have another candle that I've pulled out for the day because I will most likely light it at sunrise and let it ride through the day. I don't know that this little guy would make it the whole day, but I kind of wish it would, and I'm kind of willing to risk it. The last thing is the little, it is from crystalgrids.net. Yes. And I have one for every single Sabbath. And if I can get the box open without ripping it, we'd be doing great. So we have a tiger's eye, which I recently got one for myself. This one's a little bit smaller. Oh, and it's got like a kind of like dusty edge. I like that. This is really interesting. That's a really pretty rose quartz. I have one already and it's a little bit smaller. This is a strawberry quartz, which I don't have, and I love because it's almost purplish. It's like a purpley pink. And then this is jade. I definitely don't have a jade, so that's lovely. Again, I went on this journey so that basically I would have door-to-door supplies and quote unquote, and I would also get the chance to try some different brands. I really truly believe that this is well worth what I've paid for it, and it brings me joy. I've canceled everything else. I don't know why I'm trying to justify this, but it is what it is, and I'm really happy with this month's kit. Perfect. So we're going to tuck everything back in this nice lovely box. I can't believe I've already been ranting for 28 minutes because I really did not think that this video would be that long. But we're wrapping it up. Now we're just gonna kind of go through what I'm actually looking at doing on Litha. So this is the messy version. It's just on a random notepad for my office and all crinkled and wrinkled. This is where all the ideas and the things get dumped before they go into, right now, this pretty book. This is just an Archer and Olive journal. Obviously you can see it's been through some battles. I think I've shown this in another video, but the day of, I will go through and start writing down. I'll probably start beforehand once I really solidify. I say that like I haven't decided, because I have. But I start writing down like what lunch was, and then I go through like the correspondences. So like in this case, all the chili peppers, writing down that it's a masculine energy, it's an element of fire, protects male fertility, keeps your partner faithful, breaks hexes, all of that good stuff. Then I went through tomato, onion, basically everything I used. I didn't finish. I like hit a dead end. Mainly my arm or my hand felt like it was gonna fall off, so I quit. But I would like to keep doing this and then just kind of fill this notebook the rest of the way out, because it's been a bullet journal. It's been a trial and error journal. It's just a great way for me to start trying to remember / memorize correspondences and just learn them. It's a hobby that I would like, not hobby, that was a bad word. It is something that I am trying to expand my knowledge on. So by writing it down and writing down what I ate, the correspondences, or why I ate it, or chose it, is important to me. So once I do the sloppy version and really get a clear picture of what I'm going to be cooking or doing, I feel like it goes without saying at this point, I am definitely more of that like kitchen cottage witch kind of vibe. I am honest Abbott. I want to be home. And I think that's, Beltane was a whole shit show, because I not only ended up being at work, I ended up being at work alone, and I was ready to peel the wallpaper with the fire emanating from my eyes. I was so angry and ornery because I wanted to be at home making a flower crown, which sounds really petty and really probably childish, but I was just not in a place to hear that at the time. I wasn't having it. I was not having it. So yeah. So for Litha, I would like to make some cinnamon orange rolls. I put with jam. I have several different jams that are great options. Like I could do strawberry. I feel like a strawberry orange would be great. I might do some with and some without. And I think it's kind of interesting that I chose what I chose, for that, and putting the with jam thing, because that's something my grandfather did. He actually used to kind of like, I used to make them for him as he got older. And it was like a treat, because my granny, she's not a big breakfast person. So my papa and I, we would make orange rolls together, and I didn't like it with the jam, so I'd have to do a couple for him. But you like dent your spoon into cinnamon rolls. I would love to make them from scratch if I can this year. That would be wonderful. But in a pinch, I'm completely fine with getting a roll of Pillsbury and calling it a day. But you take the back of your spoon and you just kind of like make a little divot for the jam, and then you just pop it on there, and it'll kind of like stay in that little hole, and then sometimes it'll ooze out, and then you just put your frosting over it, and it's just divine. But I just thought that was so funny that I thought of him, and this is a really great time for like fresh jams, and this would be the time that you would be gathering, and this is definitely the time of abundance. This is, the beginning of everything is growing at such a rapid rate. You're taking it in and you're eating it fresh while you can, but you're also preparing it knowing that the dark half of the year is on the way. So in this particular case, jam is completely applicable. The other thing I want to have is my turmeric love juice, which, because of that tea, I think I might try the tea instead. My turmeric love juice is like my go-to for every single morning, every single Sabbath, because it's got turmeric and ginger and orange, and it's just so inviting, and it wakes me up, and it's great. And it also makes me not be hungry magically. I don't know why, but like it basically keeps me not eating a whole lot, which on the day of a Sabbath is really good, because typically my lunches are a little bit heavier, and as are my dinners. There's a lot of eating. So if I can get away with doing the turmeric love juice as like my quote unquote breakfast, I get away with it. But I think the cinnamon rolls are definitely going to be a part of breakfast, and I might even send Jeff to work with a couple. I'm going to do a grilled chicken, strawberry, feta, pecan salad with a honey lemon vinaigrette. I think that will be lovely. It'll be light. The chicken will give me some protein, and by grilling it, I'm kind of nodding at the fire festival portion of it. I will probably eat a s'more in the middle of the day and love every single sticky, gluttonous moment of it. I love a s'more, but because I'm thinking of other things for dessert later in the evening, I think a s'more would just, after kind of the freshness that's happening all right here, I think a s'more would just feel luxurious in the middle of the day. As far as dinner goes, I don't know if you say it, I think it's Arribbiata. I'm saying that wrong. I wonder if I should make Google tell me. I want to say Arribbiata, but I know that's wrong. So however you say that, I need a spicy red pasta sauce is what I need. If I had actually been very successful at the first round of sprouts in my garden, I would have fresh tomatoes to put in it. As it stands, and due to the fact that it was my first go round, I did not have a very successful first sprouting. They sprouted, but I killed them all accidentally because I did not take the cover off of my little sproutling container. My bad. Who knew? Clearly I did not. I am definitely going to be collecting some herbs and things leading into this Sabbath. So I'll probably gather them like the night before maybe, or maybe try to go to Jeff's a couple days early. He's been growing some fresh herbs. He just bought them from the store, like pre-grown, and it's putting them in the ground. I like to do things extra difficult and grow them from a seed. So my basil is not ready yet. My lavender is far from ready. He's not growing lavender. He's got basil. He's got a bay leaf bush, which I do have a note here to get bay leaves because the bay leaves at his house are pretty magical. And we almost thought that the plant was going to die. And I think now I have like residual fear that, oh my God, what if something does happen to this plant and I don't have any bay leaves? We've been together for 5 years and I legitimately have never gotten any bay leaves off this bush, and it's been here the whole relationship. It lives out at the house he lives at now. I say it like it's a whole person and a personality, and that's because I firmly believe it does. Because this bay leaf bush was his great-grandmother's. It survived Katrina. They went down after Katrina and dug it up and brought it here, and it still grows, and we thought we lost it. Like, there were some really bad storms that came through. There were some really weird frosting cycles this past year, and it made it. And I mean, it's like I said, if it made it through Katrina, Christ, like what would kill it? But yes, it's come back. It's beautiful. It's growing. It's happy. But I definitely want to get a good chunk of leaves off of that bad boy because I want to use those bay leaves in several recipes come fall. And yes, absolutely. So I will be snatching those up without fail. But back to spicy pasta. So again, Fire Festival. And I did want to do a spicy Arribbiata, however you say it. If I'm mispronouncing it, please throw me shade in the comments. I'm fine with that. Yes, so I took this idea from How to Be Awesome on 20, or awesomeon20.com, sorry. And if you have never checked out that website, make sure you do so. Renee is awesome and has the best tips, tricks, and recipes. And then there's tons of fun witchy stuff on there as well. She is one part of the 2-part podcast of Coven of Awesomeness, which I love and I'm obsessed with. And I subscribe to them on Patreon. No, I am not sponsored. I don't even know how you would get sponsored by a podcast, but there it is. Great reference for all the things. Another website that I do use, I'm trying to look at what it is, I don't say it right, is outdoorapothecary.com. So awesomeon20 and Outdoor Apothecary is where I do get a good bit of information from when it comes to like history, correspondences, good recipe ideas, good activity ideas when I'm getting ready to plan. So those are pretty much my 2 source materials. But Renee with Awesomeon20 had the idea to do like a stuffed shell because again, it's water. We're starting to bring that water energy in. So I thought, oh my God, how delicious would like an herbed ricotta stuffed shell with a spicy Arribbiata sauce with some sausage in it. Like I could grill the sausage and break it up after. Normally I wouldn't do that. I would just like do the ground sausage in a skillet, not saying that I still won't, because there's like enough heat if I'm doing a spicy sausage and a spicy sauce. I really don't feel like we need the fire element. I feel like sometimes I get a little too granular, like, you must grill this because it is Litha and it is fire. It's okay. You're still bringing that fire energy. I've got cinnamon, I've got ginger and turmeric and grilled chicken and s'mores and spicy things. We're hitting all the notes. It's fine. It's fine. I do want to do this herbed ricotta because, again, we're bringing in like the herbs. I will bake. I'm going to either do a rosemary garlic focaccia loaf, or I have seen, and I'm kind of impressed by this and want to try it out, rolls. So you do them like in a muffin tin so that they're like more bite-size friendly, which I'm really intrigued to do. And then I'll do like a garlic herb butter to like pour over them, or maybe dip, something in that family. And I did just get a new rosemary garlic focaccia recipe from Coffee Monster Co. It was in my order. She did like these really pretty recipe cards that are super cute. So I want to do that. Another thing that I'm backing up. Peach turnovers. I'm going to do peach turnovers with honey and brie. And I think I might try to put like an herb in there, maybe rosemary, but I don't know if that's going to be too much. So I might have to play with that a little bit, but definitely honey and brie and peach turnover sounds like a dreamy mixture. Obviously abundance and the fact that all of these crops are going to be springing up and everything is fresh. So I definitely want to do peaches while they're fresh, and I am a Georgia peach, so peach made the most sense to me. Honey, again, it's that time of year, so we've got that going on. Speaking of honey, I am going to do honey cakes. We're still kind of playing around with some Beltane correspondences. So we've got bees, we've got honey, we've got fairies. So I'm going to make honey cakes the night before to offer up to the fairies so that they don't come steal my peach turnovers. Gathering herbs, which we talked about. I am considering making some lemon blueberry, either cookies or bars with white chocolate chips or like a white chocolate drizzle. And I may or may not put macadamia nuts in them. Stay tuned for that. Flower crown. As I said, Beltane was not ruined, but my flower crown goals were thwarted and I was sad about it. So I am hoping for some redemption, and I think me sitting outside building a flower crown is what needs to happen so that I can feel complete. And so I am looking forward to that. Bath ritual with ocean water. So while I was on the beach trip, I got some ocean water and let it get charged by the full moon, by the strawberry full moon, with some crystals, and it just made me so happy. And I knew before I went down there that I had every intention to gather it, what I wanted to do with it. And then I didn't want to bring it back and hang on to it as though it was, I don't know, holy water. I didn't want to hang on to it. One, because I figure at some point it would get gross. But I thought how wonderful it would be to add to a bath whenever I got back. And I've been thinking a lot about self-love and love spells and just kind of gratitude in myself. And I have done a very poor job of late of just pausing and being present and grateful for how far I have come with certain things. And I kind of just got in a nasty little funk there. And I'm trying to come out of it. There's some shadow work involved. But basically, I really just wanted to kind of get my candles together and have a lovely, luxurious bath at the end of this very long, very full, very delicious day. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I put rose tea on here, again, just kind of tying into that self-love and that love spell vibe. And I did put a little note for sunflowers. So I'm gonna stop yammering. That's it. That's all I've got planned. I say that like it's 2 things, but that's a whole lot going on. So if you needed any ideas, I hope that this inspired you. Again, I try to be at home and or prep as much as I can. I'm very happy that I do get to be at home, and my boss is actually out of the state the 2 days before, so hopefully that'll help me prep a little bit. I know that I am a very blessed person because I will have the flexibility that I need on this day, and not everybody's gonna have that. I 1000% think that you could prep several of these things. Like, you could definitely grill your chicken the night before. Cinnamon rolls really, you know, from a Pillsbury can do not take that long in the morning, and I'm sure if you have children or a husband, partner, or whatever, they will be thrilled to eat cinnamon rolls for breakfast just as a treat. I think that's super cute. I do think you could make like the lemon vinaigrette salad dressing like beforehand. I don't think that needs to be done on the day of. I might actually do that. From what I have been researching, these little turnover guys are not going to be that involved, so I'm kind of happy about that. And typically with like bread, you do prep it in advance. So I think, and honestly, all of this could be done over the weekend before or after. I am just a stickler about celebrating to the fullest extent that I possibly can on the day of. That is just one of my weird OCD quirks that I just have to love and embrace. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer anything. Again, I'm gonna work on the description, so if it's not perfect by the time this upload, because now it has to go through the process of like uploading in a really weird way post live. But if you have any questions, let me know. If it's not already in the description, I'll definitely put everything in there, all of the websites and references and links to go find everything. And again, I'm not sponsored. I will say that if you choose to order from Coffee Monster Co., the link that is in the description does give you 10% off. And it gives me some points for referring you, basically. So you have nothing to lose, and it's completely free for you to do so, to support me in that way. But otherwise, nothing is like affiliate linked or sponsored. So this is just me putting information out into the planet. But thank you guys so much for hanging out for a different kind of Wine Wednesday. I definitely want to keep doing these for any kind of Sabbats. I think that would be really nice. And next Wednesday is going to be a real deal all the way Witchy Wine Wednesday, because it'll also be Litha. I may or may not adjust the time and or the actual content. I may end up doing the June plan with me because it is much shorter, and then doing the quarterly planning the next Wednesday, which I think is the 28th. So I may switch the June and quarter 3 planning. And if I choose to adjust the time in any way, I will definitely let you guys know. It's mainly self-serving because I would like to see the sunset as well as rise. So sorry about that. And those details will be in the discussion, I think, or the community tab. I think it's a community tab. Now I'm gonna look. Yes, in the community tab, it'll be posted if I decide to change anything, but most likely it'll just be a simple swap of what the content actually is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to know what you're doing for Litha, and would love to have you guys on that Witchy Wine Wednesday as well. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.